so strong.
Hey y'all, kitchen's open. It's good to see you tonight. If you've not said hi before, please go ahead and do so in the chat right over here, down there, wherever it is. And those people that are in there, they are who I call when I want to have a good time in the kitchen. You've caught me trying to bundle up some herbs because I'm trying to get this kitchen organized for the new year, and it's kind of been a mess. So I'm going to hang these up real quick, and then let's see who's here. Looks like we've got Obs. Hey, Obs. Uh-oh, you're hungry? Well, come to the right place, kinda. So tonight, we're gonna do some gnocchi. Oh, hey. Hey, Tori. Thanks for coming. Yeah, we're gonna do gnocchi with brown butter. They're going to be crispy gnocchis with brown butter and hazelnuts and thyme. Hey, Alpaca Mama. Hey, Rich. Thanks for coming, y'all. And I think I want to kick it off with a little cocktail. How about an Italian 75, which is a riff on what we were doing last week. That's not going to work, so we're just going to let that go. It was a riff on what we did last week. We did the French 75 last week, and now we're going to do an Italian. And really the only difference is we're using limoncello instead of just plain lemon juice. So let's get started on that. Hope everybody's had a nice day. Need 1.5 ounces of limoncello. Perhaps some glasses. It has been really cold here. I don't think it ever got up into the 30s today, and my heat system does not know how to do that. So it's been cold. I've been having to do the wood fire stove all day today. How much of this? I think this is 1/2 ounce of gin, yeah. So you've got your limoncello, a little bit of gin. Oh, I forgot my Prosecco, so I've got to go to the fridge and get that. Yeah, I think the French 75 also uses just a regular champagne, where the Italian 75 uses a Prosecco. And look, Obs, I got a little one. So now I can shake it like I mean it, and I can handle it in my hand. Welcome to the party. It's good to see you. I think I'm just gonna put the ice in there. You know, Rich, I don't know. I don't know why it's a 75. I should look that up. Every time I do this, I get lemon juice everywhere, so hopefully we won't do that again today. And yep, right between the eyes. Damn it. Okay. There's as much garnish as that drink is gonna get. Let's get moving on some gnocchi. Let me see if anybody else has shown up. Hey, Gretchen. Hey, my fingers are really sticky, so I'm gonna wash. So yes, crispy gnocchi with brown butter, thyme, and hazelnuts. So that's what we're gonna do. Hey Kathy, it's nice to see you tonight. Thanks for coming. All right, let's get rolling. I need to grate some cheese. We are going to attempt it. I didn't think I'd like this as much as I liked the French 75, but it's good. Okay, there's Rich for the win right here. Let's see what you got, man. Okay. That's that. It's a gun thing. Who knew? That's what we need more of. All right, let's get this cheese grated up. That's the wrong hand. Kathy, yesterday we did tools in the kitchen, so if that was still of interest to you, you might want to grab that on the replay. I need about a quarter cup of this. And this is Parm Reggiano. And then a little bit extra for serving. If you are not aware, when you're grating Parm or any of these hard Italian cheeses, save the rinds and you can throw those in soups. It's super, super tasty. Okay. Let's just get this out of here. So this is a ricotta gnocchi. It's not a potato gnocchi. So what this gives us is it's easier to work with, and they almost always yield really light, tender dumplings. So it's still a gnocchi, but it's different. I've never made the other kind, and I'm kind of thinking that since this is so easy, I'm gonna just keep doing this. All right. I'm gonna whisk together a large egg. Pound of ricotta. Yeah, cheese rind. It's the thing. Definitely the thing. I have a little baggie of it in my freezer, and it just says rinds, and every now and then I get confused as to what kind of rind it is, because why would I be saving rinds? And then I remember that it's cheese. And it's really tasty. Femsplaining, mansplaining. Nice. No, all ricottas are not created equal. That I can tell you for sure. But do I know what makes the difference? No, I don't. I really like this brand. The, what is this? Murray's, I think it is. Now I gotta go look again, don't I? I know it by sight. Let me go see. Yeah, Murray's. That other one, the one that we get everywhere, it's on my tongue. I don't like it. But this isn't too grainy. It yields nicely. It just seems a little fresher. So, okay, that's that. I'm gonna add a 1/4 cup of the cheese. So last fall, so fall of 2020, actually it was in August, I took an online, just a one-time class kind of thing on doing a protein with pan sauce. And the instructor was so fantastic that we actually became friends, and I took a whole bunch of classes from her. And then ended up taking her culinary boot camp for 8 weeks. It was really, really good. And then followed it up in the late winter with part 2 of culinary boot camp. And I learned so much. And it was subtle things that I didn't even, it's like, oh yeah, I know how to do that. And now I think about it, it's like, oh, but I know how to do it better now. So totally elevated it. Erica was amazing. All right, next thing we're going to do is we're just going to sprinkle the flour over it, and I need 1 1/3 cups of flour. Where is the flour? Do this the right way, folks. Measure out 1 1/3 cups. Like to keep the flour loose, so you don't want to pack it in. You don't want to put your measuring spoon in here. Want to keep it loose. Otherwise, you just end up with really dense goods. So there's our 1/3 cup. And water. And this is just all-purpose flour. So I just want to do this at the very minimum. You know, I feel like someone's missing here. Did we see Paul yet? I mean, not that he's required, I just miss him. Has anybody made ricotta before? I mean, not ricotta, excuse me, gnocchi? So I just need to get this just combined, and then I get in here with my hands and do it so I can feel when it's ready. I think part of it too, Tori, is that some ricottas are part skim or all skim, and this is a whole milk ricotta. It holds up better with the cheese in here. So I'm gonna flour my hands up a little bit. Dry lube. It definitely needs flour, or more flour. Wow, this is really wet. Not what I expected. Oh, messy. So this reminds me, some girlfriends and I went on this backpacking trip once, and I prepped all of the food in advance, and one of them was biscuits and gravy. Well, I mean, the food wasn't prepped, but I had everything portioned and, you know, easy to make. And the biscuits and gravy were intended, the biscuits at least, were intended to be mixed in this plastic bag where you didn't have to touch anything. It was just, you know, throw the ingredients in and then mush it around. But my friend Erin did not know that. So she got her hands up in there and she was walking around the beach like this, pissed off. She was just pissed off. And it was piss and rain. It was just not a good morning at all. But yeah. I thought of everything except the part where I told the person who was actually making the biscuits that they didn't have to do this. I need more flour. So I'm gonna get another towel. I gotta say, this stuff feels really good between my fingers though. It's really nice and smooth. It's a creamy dough, which is really weird to me because usually it's glutinous and stretchy, but this yields nicely. Welcome, Kevin. So I was meeting with a couple people before this, and one of them asked for a BTS, so I did a quick walkthrough, and she caught me. I keep saran wrap on my Stream Deck. It's a little condom for it to keep it all nice and clean and safe. All right, this is starting to feel right. Just a little bit more flour and we're there. What's everyone drinking tonight? Nothing, apparently, huh? Okay, we're gonna break this into 6 pieces. Why 6? Because the ropes that build are too long. If I do less than 6, they're just unmanageable, and it's kind of a waste of time to do more than 6, so 6 it is. And this rag is something like Michelle's son might have right now, so there it goes. You know, if I keep putting that away prematurely, damn it. Oh, this is still too wet. Dang. All right, big guns, big guns. That's better. It yields really nicely. This is, it's like, well, alabaster skin. All right, and now I've got it up to my elbows, so 6 pieces. Yeah, they make a lot of little guys, don't they, Kevin? I mean, it amazes me how much this makes. So I will not be rolling all of these, obviously, tonight in front of y'all. I'll be doing it after the stream ends. But what I'm going to do next is wash my hands and get some water going. I should have done that earlier. Alexa, start the kettle. So we want 6 ropes, about 3/4 inch each. I've always wanted one of those gnocchi boards, and I look at them and then I never get it, and then I make gnocchi and I wish I had the board, and there you go. I don't understand. All right, this is still a little big. Come on. Baby. Kevin, this one is ricotta, not potato. Have you done this style before? We are having them, Kevin, with, so they're going to be crispy when they're done. We're going to do them in brown butter with thyme and toasted hazelnuts. Because I ordered a grocery delivery for this morning, and they said it would be here by 9, and I thought, oh, that's perfect. I can do a nice pomodoro with some fresh pearl mozzarellas. And at this point, I should have just made the mozzarella, but I didn't have any fresh basil, so I couldn't do it on my own. I needed help. There was no way that I could self-service. So drink. And then every 15 minutes, I was seeing that they were pushing out the order longer and longer. And at this point, it says 7 o'clock tonight. I don't believe them even on that. All right, I'm gonna wash my hands and I'm gonna get the water going, and I'm gonna cut these guys up, and then we'll move on to the next thing. Knife. So we just want to go, oh gosh, these are still a little thick. Come on. Yeah, they make a lot. But I don't like to open ricotta and then not use all of it, because I won't use it and it'll just go bad and it makes me sad. Whole wasted food thing. So we're going to salt that water once it starts to boil. Remember, salted water doesn't boil as fast as unsalted. So I need to get a parchment for these. Or not. There we go. Now, I have made them both ways where they're nice and shaped and they have some texture, and then I've made them where they just are these little teeny pillows. And for the sauce that we're having, I don't think it's going to make a big difference, so I'm not going to put the energy in, but I will show you one or two here. So you just, I try to get it up on the high side and then just do that, which you can't see because I'm out of shot. So again, try to get it up on the tall side, and then I just roll, and that gives you a little bit of texture. Come on, Dita. Gives you a little bit of texture for the sauce to stick to. So you can do it or you cannot. Since we want these crispy, just adding that little bit of texture probably doesn't do a heck of a lot of good, and it wastes time. So I'm just going to do that. And I want about 3/4 inch each. There was a place that we used to go to down in Seattle near the airport called Filiberto's. And it was super, super good, but for some reason we could never remember how to get there. So it was always an adventure, and this was, you know, before the cell phone days. We felt like we were champions just making it to Filiberto's. And Nonya would be back there cooking. It was great. It was fantastic. They made the best gorgonzola sauce for their gnocchi. So I'm just going to keep cutting these for a minute while that water comes to a boil, which is not yet. I got all my cutting boards mineral oiled today, including this big surface. And let me tell you, oiling the big board, lots of work. That's a good point, Kevin. Very good point. So I'll be able to make these up tonight. I'll cut up the other four balls here. I'll stretch them, you know, shape them, cut them up, and then I can freeze them. I'll put them on a cookie sheet. Put them on a cookie sheet, single layer. I'll freeze them, then I'll put them in plastic bags in single serving amounts so that I do not overindulge on the ricotta. Unless I want to pull out 2-3 bags at once, which has happened before. All right, that's that. Let's go ahead and clean up, since that water is going to take its sweet ass time. Just move you guys over onto a plate, I think. That is not the advised way to open a pot, but I didn't want you guys to get a face full of steam. So we are almost ready. Thanks for coming, Obs. Take care. I wouldn't freeze the dough balls, and I'm sorry, my mouse is all dusty now from this, and I can't get over here. No, Tori, I would not attempt to freeze this, and if anybody knows better and wants to correct me, please feel free. I think the moisture in the ricotta just would not lend itself well to freezing and then thawing out and being dough again. But what I should do, since there's so much of it, is try it. Because you can, I wouldn't try it. I'm just gonna make the ropes. It's easier. There's no reason to prolong that task because the whole point of freezing them is to make yourself an easy meal later. So I don't see a reason to freeze the balls. All right, so water is done. Let's get this tasting like the sea. Sea salt. Yeah, I'm with you, Kevin. The cut kind, yes, but not the balls. Drink. All right, now we're just gonna start dropping these guys in there. They should float in 2 minutes, and then you give them another 2 minutes after that. And I think about half of them is a good amount for one pot. Ooh. How about we do this responsibly? And I think we can get all of them in, actually. I'm gonna go for it. The next thing we're gonna do is brown the butter. All right, that's ready. Okay. I'm going to start browning butter here for the sauce, and we're going to end up crisping up these guys in there. I'm going to leave the stove cam on so you can see, as you can see, they're actually starting to float now. Yes, you do worry about crowding the pot with too many, but I made a point of ensuring that I didn't have too many before I dropped them all in. Okay, brown the butter time. Does everyone have a favorite burner on their stove? Because I have a favorite burner. This is my favorite burner right here. This is the one. I think everyone should have their favorite burner. I don't know. I don't know how many is too many. I know it by sight. You just know that it's too crowded because you want them to have room to boil around. Front right, yeah, front right is huge. I like front left because it's not as huge as front right. So these have been floating for about a minute now. I'm gonna go 1 more minute, and then we've got this kind of browning action happening over here. And I'm going to get a strainer. So this is perfect. It's not medium rare inside. It's really hot, but it's not medium rare inside. It's solid and it's super, super light. So this is great. I'm going to pull the rest of them. See what we've got going on over here. All right, while that's thinking about browning, I'm going to go ahead and chop our hazelnuts. So these are the hazelnuts that I used as pie weights when we made pie, what, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago? I knew I would have a use for them soon. So we need, how much do we need? I need a couple to eat right now because I'm hungry. And we've got some splattering action going on over here. So I need to tend to this hot mess. So when you're browning butter, the whole goal is to not burn it, but you want it to separate like it is. You want this way to separate from the fat. And that's what's going to turn brown and give it that nice caramely flavor, nutty. Need to find a 1/2 cup measure. Huh. So I had to move my GoPro 10 over here. This is the GoPro 10. I had the 7 over here, but when I bought the GoPro 10, it was on a deal where you got subscription to their cloud or whatever, which I really didn't care about. But then I read this morning that with that subscription, it's also replace it for any reason, no questions asked. And I kind of figured since we're exposing it to high heat and steamy things and all kinds of things that are unmentionable, we should take advantage of that. So the 7 went up there in the up high view, and the 10 is down here now. So 1/2 cup of nuts. And I want to break these up a little bit, so I'm going to put them in a plastic bag and just hit them with something hard. And I'm going to keep that eye in the back of my head on the stove. You can see we're already starting to brown a little bit. It's got a nice amber color, but it's not quite ready. So let's leave that. I'm going to get some kind of banging device. Rolling pin. All right, that's done. Okay, now we've got brown butter. Excellent. I'm gonna add the gnocchi now. I'm also gonna add some thyme leaves, but we just want just the leaves. So because I'm a little behind there, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this off the heat for just a second. And I'm gonna turn it so the handle is not over the burner that was on, because we don't want to burn ourselves. And we are going to denude these super fast when you don't have these tiny ones that are kind of annoying. The longer ones are easier to manage. So you can get your fingers around them and just strip them down like this from the tip to the base. You want to go down the shaft, just like that. Excuse me. So hold it by the tip, put your fingers around it and pull it down to the base, and you've got stem left, and all of the leaves are right where you want them. I guess it's called a stem, not a shaft, huh? Oops. Thanks, pal. All right, I'm gonna get this back in here. And the smart person would have expected that to happen. Did I? No. I'm gonna go get my gnocchi. I suspect that this is going to splatter too because it's wet. There we go. And we're just going to push these around until they get crispy. And this sauce, I mean, the amount of butter in here is for a lot more gnocchi than it's in here, so yeah, we'll be treating that appropriately. You normally would want to toast your nuts, but we already toasted them the other night, so that's why I'm not going to go ahead and do that. They'll get bitter if we toast them anywhere more. So. Yeah, this sauce is for a lot more gnocchi than I've got going on here. The thyme smells really good. How's everybody doing out there? Paul, it's nice to see you. Thank you for coming. I was asking where you were. You're here just in time. You missed me. Well, maybe you didn't. Did I crack the nuts in front of you already? That might have been a little painful for some people. Sorry. Not sorry. I should really leave those alone if I want them to crisp up. Well, guess I'll play with my balls here for a minute. So just like I do with all the vegetables that I cut, I should be paying attention to make sure that the biggest surface is down on the bottom of the pan, just to get a nice surface area cooking evenly. So it sounds like there's no music. Can someone confirm? I'm trying to figure out why it's quitting because I thought I had that fixed. And it might be the earbuds. Great. Good. think I will not use these anymore. Folks, we are almost done. Look at that. Nice golden undersides. Alabaster on the bottom. Very nice. So I'm going to get all these turned over, and just about the time that I get the last one turned over, it'll be good timing to put the hazelnuts in, and then walk over and get a plate, and we will plate this and take a bite and let y'all go for the evening. These look really good. Super, super good. And they still feel tender, which is really nice considering they've been in this hot oil. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna pull that off the heat. And where'd my nuts go? Plate. Actually, a bowl I think would look nice. I think we need a little light over here. What do y'all think? So these are definitely crispy. No doubt about it. Now, because I have far more gnocchi on the board than I do in the pan, I'm going to try to not get as much of the sauce and the nuts. So this might actually look better on one of the square plates, but this will work for now. Doesn't satisfy me. Now, clearly this is made to have with a salad or some kind of vegetable that would have been delivered had Kroger gotten their Snow Patrol stuff together. We're going to put some parm on it and a little cracked salt and pepper. Okay, so what is a gnocchi board? This mouse does not like being floured. Come on, just a little bit more. Do it for me. Everything's stuck, guys. A gnocchi board is, it's just a little piece of wood that is ridged, and you roll the gnocchi down it and you get the texture on it. So that's that. And my favorite finishing salt, we're going to put a little Malden on here. I'm going to put some cracked pepper on, and we are done. Which means we'll have to do a Pomodoro another time, which I was really looking forward to. And I know as soon as this stream ends, they're going to pull up. That. It's always prettier in the up close. Come on. There we go. All right. Let's see how it tastes. Definitely crispy. I would like a little more thyme in it. And the hazelnuts are spot on. So we'll call this passable. Yeah, it's actually quite good. I'd be down for eating a whole bunch of this, so I'm glad I made only a little bit. Any questions? Thank you, Keely. This is actually really good. No, Tori, I would not freeze it after I cook it. We freeze it before we cook it, and we have them portioned so the dough is ready, so you have fresh gnocchi. There's no reason to, yeah, you don't want to freeze cooked gnocchi. The dough keeps really well in the freezer, so roll it out, cut them up, get them on a cookie sheet, and then freeze them in a single layer, put them in single portions in plastic bags, get as much air out as possible, and then put them in the freezer. Label them, date them, all the things. So that's that. I did want to thank all of you. I think most people here have been coming every night since the 10th, and I really appreciate the support that each of you has shown through Vlogmas. So thank you very, very much. I am trying to settle on what my night is going to be for regular streaming in January. So if you have any thoughts on what you would like to see, if you want to DM me, that would be great. And then at the end of this week, I will announce what my schedule will be in 2022. Thanks, everyone. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments after this closes out, and I will see you tomorrow night. Take care.